Hello everyone, this is Intro to DeFi, and in this video we're going to talk about the Robo-Vaults. Robo-Vaults is basically something like Yearn, where you can deposit one asset like USDC or DAI or FUSDT or WBTC, etc. Just one asset, and they will do some strategies and try to gain yield for you. For example, this pool has 43% APY based on just USDC, and this pool has 16%, etc. And the difference between Robo-Vault and Yearn is Yearn does very little risk, low reward strategies where you just deposit your asset and they will optimize the landing, or they will put the assets in curve to farm curve, etc. Like almost no risk, but APYs are very low, like 3%, 2%. But in Robo-Vault, they are doing a little bit more risk strategies, but the rewards are of course higher, but there's also a risk of losing some funds due to that. Don't forget that if there's a chance for gaining huge APYs, there's also probably a chance for losing some of your funds. So how does these strategies work? Let's take USDC. Almost every strategy works like the same, and you can always talk to Degen Robot. He's answering pretty much all of the questions you are asking, so you can ask Degen Robot in Discord. They are pretty active. So let's go to the PowerPoint to understand the strategies even more. So we have USDC, and we first land our USDC in the cream to gain some landing rewards and borrow some Fantom. This is generally 62.5% to 37.5%. We use USDC as collateral in cream to borrow Fantom as well. Then we put the remaining 37.5 USDC and FTM to the liquidity pool, and we then farm Spirit or Spooky based on the strategy, based on the vaults you are depositing your USDC. Then what are we doing with those Spirit or Boos? We of course sell them again for USDC. Then we do it again and then again and again. So let's say we have $1,000 and we lend $625 in cream and borrow 375 worth of FTM. Then we put those into the liquidity pools to farm some Spirit and Boo with high APY, and then sell Boo for USDC to do it again and again and again. It's the idea and it's the strategy of the most pools. What is the benefit of this? Firstly, you are lending 625 but borrowing 375, so your lending APY will probably be higher than your borrowing APY. Secondly, you are putting both of those assets and into the liquid pool to farm, and currently Spooky or Spirit farms are over 100% APY, so you are farming with a pretty good rate. And thirdly, you are only exposing yourself to only one asset. You are not exposing, for example, yourself that much to FTM or any other asset or BTC or whatever. You just want to play with USDC. There's also vaults for FTM or BTC or whatever. You are basically exposing yourself to only one asset and try to make that asset more in your wallet. So what are the risks? So let's say if FTM price goes up, you have a liquidity pool with FTM, but you also borrowed FTM with your USDC. So we have more debt in Cream right now, so it will be harder to pay that debt to unlock our first collateral, which was $625. So even though our liquidity pool got up denominated in USD, we have more debt in Cream, so it will be a loss. So if FTM price goes up, it is bad for us. What happens when FTM price goes down? It's again bad for us because now we have more impermanent loss even though our debt in Cream decreased. So now we have less debt to pay to unlock our collateral, but our liquidity pool got affected by impermanent loss. I calculated it deeply, and in the documentation they have also models for that. But even FTM price goes down or up, you always will be affected badly from that. So we want no volatility if we are doing this strategy, but why are we doing that then? Because if FTM price goes down, we are affected badly. If FTM price goes up, we are affected badly. Why are we doing that? Because of APY and trading fees. So let's go to the, again, Scream Spooky Swap to see APYs. So we are now in the Scream Finance, or we can go to Cream Finance as well. There was some strategies with Cream, some strategies with Scream. So let's take, for example, USDC. You're supplying 625 USDC in our example, and you will gain 16.5% supply API plus 6.5% Scream API. So 23% APY is yours, and you will borrow FTM, which has 16% borrow APY, but there's also 6.5% Scream rewards. So let's do some calculations. It's like 9% borrow APY, and you will gain the difference between them. So it is around 13%, but you are also landing more USDC than the borrowed FTM. So our first upwards is this APY. So what is second? Let's go to Farms of Spooky, and you can see the 107%, 108% APR on USDC, and this is, don't forget that this is APR. Robo-Vaults will always compound for you and in only one asset, so you can calculate this with compounding methods. There are some tools you can do it in online. So the APR of liquidity pool is so good that probably, even though with volatility you will lose due to impermanent loss or debt increase, you will probably gain more from APR on Spooky Swap. And as you can see here, the 16.15% APY is up on the first strategy, and 42% APY is around in the second strategy, and these are without using Scream. This is the third vault. This has 3% APY because this is a little bit newer, and currently FTM price is volatile. But at one point I remember showing like 300% APY here, so it has a little risk to lose your funds, but it has pretty good upside too. So Robo-Vault is that. For example, WFTM Vault is like the same, where let's say you have 1000 FTM in your wallet and you are lending 625 FTM in Scream to or Cream to borrow 375 FTM worth of dollars and then put them into the liquidity pool and again farm in SpookySwap. With that, the all strategies are similar, and if you have a question, as I said before, you can go to Robo-Vault's Discord or you can talk to Dejan Robots. They are doing pretty good work and they are pretty active, so Robo-Vault is that. And if you have any more questions, you can always ask down below, and if you want to donate me, the donation wallet is in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.